So Dear Future Wife is I think of all my songs, it's probably one of the ones that I wrote in the least amount of time, actually, which is pretty funny because there's so many like lyrics and words in the song. But I remember it was sometime during my second year, sometime after Solstice. You know, I was chilling playing guitar at Norte, and I had people over. I'm pretty sure like Matt Wang was over. And you know, we were just playing guitar, and I remember I was just like, you know, doodling on my guitar, and all of a sudden I just got this inspiration. It's like, wait, this guitar part that I'm playing randomly sounds really cool. Like I was just like messing around, but that's how Dear Future Wife originated, you know. And then I thought that, like, this guitar part was like really cool, so I was like, oh, I kept playing it. I was like, I should write this. I should make it this song. So I wrote like a bunch of lyrics together, and I was like, oh, actually, this is pretty cool. So I decided to, like, you know, revise it later on and like make it a better song, like give it more meaning, and that's how Dear Future Wife originated. Yeah, it's really a song that's about, you know, how should I say this? Waiting for something greater, if that makes any sense. Like, especially in this world, you know, actually I'll say especially for like teens, like high school and college, you know, everyone wants to be in a relationship. Actually, no, this is like everyone. Everyone, like, you know, always wants to be in a relationship, you know, and it's nice. It's nice to have a companion, to always be there for you, you know, to hang out with you, spend time with. And I think it's stressed so much in, like, at least American society, that it's kind of distorted our view of love. I mean, like, for me personally, I believe that, you know, love first came from God, you know, through God's love to us. And then our love for other people, like, comes after that. But I feel like that whole thing about, like, love, you know, it just really changes because society focuses so much on, like, you know, the physical parts of the relationship. And I feel like that's really how we begin to lose ourselves a little bit. For the main character of this story album, like, this is why he came to this situation in the first place, because he, you know, had this misconception of love, I guess, and he made this girl his idol. But this is where he changes again. Whereas in the past, he had this, like, crazy, you know, idolizing relationship. Instead, now he's telling himself he's gonna wait for the right person, and that's really the meaning behind the song. It's really denying your own, like, you know, physical desires, you know, and just really being patient with your life, pretty much. I mean, like, it's specifically about, you know, relationships, but it's also about life, you know, waiting for something that, you know, you don't, maybe not necessarily need at the moment. Because I know, like, for myself, I mean, yeah, you know, I want a relationship. Everyone wants a relationship. But, you know, is it right to whoever your future spouse for you to just, you know, like, date around, like, sleep around with people? I mean, I think that really degrades, like, the opposite gender, you know, a lot. So I think that's a lot of why, you know, a lot of my friends like this song too, because, you know, it's all about waiting for the right person, you know. It's like the ultimate, like, romantic story, I guess, you know. Really trying to make yourself a better person first, and trying to solidify your own identity before trying to pursue a relationship. And I think that's the best way to find a healthy relationship, you know, where it's not really, like, super dependent on the other person, but it comes after your self-development. You know, after first developing a relationship with God, then you can develop a relationship with the person. So where this fits into the song is actually after cardboard boxes and playthings, where the subject realizes that, you know, he needs to make a change, you know, and he's going to make a change. Dear Future Wife is, like, one of the first things that he decides on. You know, he's, like, kind of writing a letter in a way to his dear future wife, and he's telling both her and himself that, you know, he's gonna wait until he's really developed his relationship with God first, before, you know, really looking for this future wife. And I think this is a really important part of, you know, his journey, at least throughout the story of the album, because this is where he ended up in the situation in the first place, because he didn't have like a healthy relationship, and you know, it became the idol of his life, and he lost it. So I think this one song is really important for him because it kind of addresses the initial problem. Okay, so yeah, the song was kind of inspired by this video that I saw. I actually forgot what it's called, but one of my friends from my home church, Teresa, some of her friends made this short film, and it was talking about waiting for the right person, you know, about waiting for a future wife. And the short video actually starts with a person like writing a letter to your future wife. So that's kind of like where I got a lot of the idea behind the song from. And I put it, I guess, it went from their video, I took their idea and I put it into like a song form. So, yeah.